Good evening, traders. So this is Mohiith Shankar, and what we do regularly is that we come up at around six to between anywhere between 6 to 9. I publish these daily videos wherein I show you what we have done. So we predominantly trade only in Nifty index, and that too in options. So I would tell you what whether we have taken the trade today or not. And first, let me give you a brief about what the markets have done today. See the markets, if you see, let me just explain it using a line chart, because line chart is also excellent in understanding the pattern of the day. So this is a line chart. You can just put it on Google, you'll be able to see. Now the first 30 for the first 15 minutes, there was a drastic 200-point fall from the high of the day, which was 15,791, and the open was itself was the high. Now, the general perception about among the people is that, among the traders, is that when the open itself is the high, which is 15,791, itself was the high for the day. There is a strategy which says that, okay, fine, you sell on every rise. Now, there are certain things with the market doesn't function like this always. So what did we do today? And just see the live video and then come back, which I have recorded at around 11ish, and come back, then I will discuss you further. Let us see what the market has done today. Now, if you see that there was an initial 200-point fall within the first 15-20 minutes, as you can see, and then we have only rallied from there. Let me tell you what I am supposed to be doing today, what I would be doing today. See this, these are the, let me put the 1 hour charts. See this, there is a continuous support at these levels, 15,608. Continuous support 15,608, and then there is a doji candle which was formed by a bullish candle now. So would I be going short? Definitely no. I would not be going short. Would I be going would I be buying? No, because I don't see, because the markets have already given up 200 points, so we would not be trading today. It is okay not to trade on a particular day, especially on a Monday, when we are not sure. It is better not to trade, because there are multiple support levels here, 15,600 levels. There are multiple support levels here. Even on the other day when we had touched 570, the market had closed at 640. So when that is the case, we would not take any chance, and we would not be trading, although my intention was to short. But see this, there is a continued strength in the market. I'm not sure how it would pan out, so I have given the call that what if it goes where it can end. Now it can end all the way till 15,790 or 800. I'm not sure, but I am definitely not taking a trade in this market. 200 points have come in just 15 minutes of trade, and after that there has only been continued buying. Now, probably the longs have been shaken off, the weak longs have been shaken off, and then the market is showing the strength. But having said that, this market, I don't believe it will fall, nor it will go up above 15,760, 770 thereabouts. But for me, for me and the MATIS team, there is no trade today. It's okay. See, this is what I have put. We are not trading today as the markets are showing strength. There is no up move left. It's okay, we don't capture the up move, and but I'm because the way it has slowly it is creeped up to the highs as we speak. Now I don't know what the markets might do, but the short sell is valid if it crosses 688 on the downside. But I don't know if it would happen or not, but we are not going to take a trade and risk ourselves today. Fine, as you have seen that we did not trade today. The reason being is that, one, the market showed the strength, and I would have preferred to buy, but I had some other work at around 2 o'clock, so I had to move. So when I'm not sitting in front of the system, when I'm not able to fully focus on the trade, I usually avoid the trade when it is like just half an hour, because you will not be able to focus with money playing around with a lot of money. You would not be able to focus on, especially if you have a doctor's appointment, you might not be able to focus that much on the trade. That's the reason I avoided the trade, although I knew that, I mean, the markets, as I've shown you the video, the markets were not weak at all. So what happened today? Let me show you the 1 hour chart. This is a 1 hour Hikanashi. See this. The moment we decided was around here 12:30, somewhere around. I did tell that the markets are very strong, the market might rebound. Now what has happened today, there are multiple support zones here. 15,608, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let me draw a line here. This you will be able to understand. This is a Hikanashi chart. It's a 1 hour candlestick chart which I usually follow for intraday trades. So you can follow this, or whatever is convenient for you according to your strategy, whatever you have been following, you can do it. Now, do I always check 1 hour? No, it depends on the day. Now today, especially because you see this drastic move, it had reached the low in just two candles, probably in just it was just 9:35, but this is Hikanashi candle. So in just 1 hour, it had given up everything. In just 15 minutes, sorry, in just 15-20 minutes, the game was over for the bears. Right, and then there was short covering, or you might say that there was bullishness, or there was vicious. Why would I say vicious and a sharp move? See this, from 15,610 to 717, that is close to 100 points, it moved in just 15 minutes. Whenever the market rallies in this way, you need to be very careful if you have to short. Don't make the stupidity of shorting this. Now we can say easily, but even if you short, always have a strict stop loss in your mind. Now ideally, what is the stop loss? If you want to keep the stop loss, is as steep as the open, because that was the high, that was the first green candle. You usually keep around that candle, right? See, this would have been my stop loss, even if I had have gone short at any point in time. Now, but what has happened is that the markets showed strength from, it has taken multiple support levels here, 15,608, and then went up. Now if we see, when we see the pivot chart for today, what we see is that the Nifty had gone well below the R2 levels. Now where was the S2 level? Now where was the S2? The S2 level was somewhere here itself, 15,700. This was the S2, this was the support, this was the support. It breached the support and then it fell and then regained it covered back the support. Once 15,700 it crossed, there was no looking back, and then the market incessantly rallied. So I gave a call at around 12:31 that we would not be trading, we would not go short. Initially I wanted to go short, but not today, because see the when I saw, let me show you the half an hour candle, and you will be able to appreciate it better. So this is again the half an hour candle which I usually prefer to see this. These zones are a major. This is the peak, 15,626. This has this resistance, which was here resistance, it has now become the support now, and it a very strong support. Now there is no follow through selling in the Dow Jones market. Now this was Dow Jones market which was on Friday when we closed. Even the Dow Jones fell, but it still recovered. Now what would happen if let me see the FTSE market, how did it lend any support to the Indian market? FTSE opened with a open, and it is strong. Probably this might have lent support in the later half of the trade today, but there was no shorting this market. Usually what we do is that we avoid the first 10-15 minutes, we never trade. So there was no question of we getting short onto the market, we would never do that. So the first 15 minutes we generally avoid the trade, and then even if you would have taken a 15-minute strategy, it would not have worked either, because usually 9:30 you go short. After 9:30 you see you go short it if it breaches this low. Again, that would not have worked. So this is a market which is still remains to be a, which still happens to be a buy on a dip market. Now let us see the daily candle. We might be able to understand. Now you need to understand, this is the first day wherein the close has been above 15,800. See this, 15,811. This has been the close. Would we short tomorrow? We don't know. Let us see the normal candle. See this candle, see this candle. So this, I don't know, you can call it as a hanging man. Now we need to see the hanging man. Whenever we say a hanging man, it is formed at the top of an uptrend. Now this is the peak of an uptrend, we have seen a hanging man. Does it signal? Now the reason why I wanted to short is, let me give you my idea. Now this is a green candle. Then we had opened with a gap up, we were not able to sustain the gap up, we fell because the all-time high is 15,831, 835 thereabout. So I will show you the all-time high. See this, 15,835.55. Now this is an analysis video, so it will be a bit lengthy. you need to see till the end so that you can make out something. So fine. So this was where the level was 15,000. It made a doji, a perfect doji with no body at all, a very narrow ranging day of 85 points yesterday. This was on Friday, and today I expected that the market opened and then there was a reluctant fall here till here, the lows of the day. I thought that it would make an evening star. Evening star is a three candle pattern. If you can see, go and check in Google what is an evening star, you'll be able to know. So I thought that it might form an evening star which might preempt any, which might precipitate a downward fall in the Nifty. Now what are the levels which I am watching for is definitely not an all-time high, because I do feel that the markets are overstretched as of now. Now let us see the VIX. The VIX is the volatility index. VIX India, let me see this. So now VIX shows how much. Let me check here. 14.7. This is a very low volatility. It is a, for me it is like an alarm bell. The technicals are too bit stretched. The VIX is too low. There is a bullish sentiment all over. I'm not a willing buyer, even though the market is telling that we would be buying on dips. This is especially when I want to build my portfolio. These are the levels, not the levels which I am going to build my portfolios. But yes, tomorrow if this market is bullish, we would go long intraday. But if I want to separately create a portfolio of stocks, want to invest, these are not the levels which I'm looking for investing. Now what are the levels which I would probably be investing in if it is an SIP, or if I want to plan for my future, is that, I mean, for example, for the investment for 3 to 5 years of investment, what do I do? So what are the levels which I'm watching for are generally these levels: 15,280, 200. These are the levels which I'm waiting for. See this 15,000. Let me draw a line and show it to you. This is the level which wherein I would add the first set of stocks for my long term portfolio, 15,260. So when would I add my second set of stocks? I would be buying on every dip. I don't know if we would go to 14,000 levels at least very soon, but any dip which I get towards, see this, let me show you, 14,500 or 15,280, 15,300. I'll be initiating I would be buying the very good stocks which can give yeah, many which shows good financials and the fundamentals, wherein, because the idea is make the money from trading and then invest it back in the long term stocks. So we are focused on both the things. We are focused on both intraday trading as well as the long term investments. So some of the stocks which I have invested have made 100% returns in just 2 to 3 months. The case in being, let me show you one of the stocks which has made good returns for me. This is State Bank of India. Let me put in State Bank of India, SBIN. This is the stock which I recommended to most of my students as well as my the Telegram subscribers as well. So this is the excellent stock. PSU were beaten, and how did we trade? 180 around we bought it, and we have more than made 100% profit. And this was not too far off as well. It was hardly like I'll tell you exactly where we bought at, around here, this point, 190, 180, 190 we bought it, and it's hardly like 6 7 months, and we have made excellent returns, like almost more than 100%. This is one of the stock which has yielded good returns. There is another stock which we are invested in. One is IRCTC, and there are many other stock. Delta Corp is one more. You might consider this for your investments, but I am telling you again, there is a disclaimer I need to give it. These all the stocks which I am invested, this is no way an indication for you to buy the same. I would not be responsible if you make any losses in these stocks, even though if you take it for your investments. So do your due diligence, understand what is the risk involved in the stock market before making any sort of an investment. So this is just a disclaimer. I have to give it to you when it comes to you, this one, when I give any advice. Now let us go back to the intraday. Now we are at an 83, 15,835. Excellent. And probably I wanted to go long, but especially when you have a 2 o'clock appointment, it becomes very tough when you're sitting in front of the intraday trades are such that you need to enter soon and you need to exit soon. before it is too late. You can't sit there and idle, and especially options, there will be a reduction in the premium. So we don't have that luxury of time to come back later and then square off. If you're not in front of the system, you're not able to monitor that day's trade, it is better to avoid. So since I was not able to monitor, I avoided it, although there was a clear sign of the market being bullish. That's fine. Now let us go and see what can happen tomorrow. Now the tomorrow, as I have told you very clearly, it has formed a hanging man pattern. Although the color of the body doesn't matter much, a hanging man pattern at the top of an uptrend, at the topmost tip of an uptrend, is does ring a alarm bell for me. Now let me go and check the Dow Jones futures. Dow Jones futures, you can check. This is the time which I am recording this video, is around 5:50. Dow Jones futures live. Let me show it to you. Usually I used to record it around 8, but now we don't have time to wait so long. See, this is even Steven. This is future levels. This is not the spot level. This is how you get in investing.com. It is hardly negative 14 points. If there is a follow through selling, then we might be in for we might be in for a profit booking tomorrow. That time needs to sell. But how much are we going to follow Dow Jones? I would not rely completely on Dow Jones. I would rely on the Indian sentiments. So it's always whether the buyers are interested in buying the market today or the sellers are more. Even if you would have seen today, even in the first half, I could see the option buyers were more, writers were the put buyers were more, and the writers were less. The put writers were less. That you can say that you can infer anything from that. But as of now, I would not be a willing buyer. But yes, if there is any opportunity to short, I would definitely go short in the market. Having said that, have the markets turned on, sell on rally? We don't know. But as of now, it is still buy on dips market. You might be in for a root shock if you buy on one day and that doesn't follow the trend, it doesn't respect it, it might come down heavily. So what do you do on such days? You always need to know one thing: you need to have a strict risk management in place. The strategy, as I always tell you, is hardly 30 percentage. You come up with one of the flukest strategy, it will still work if you have the risk management in place and the discipline in place. So always understand how many trades you are supposed to be taking, what is the instrument which is right for you. You need to do that homework before even putting your real money. I always say that there are two ways of learning things in stock market. One is you can either learn by the smart way, or you can either learn by the hard way. Hard way, you lose the money and learn. Smart way, you learn from others' mistakes. So it's up to you. So thank you guys. That's all from me today. We haven't traded, and I'm glad that we did not trade, and we don't have the urge of it. Hasn't become a habit for us to trade every day. So it's not trading should never be an addiction. Understand this. You trade if the pattern falls according to you, according to your predictions. If it doesn't, then you don't have to. If there is any gray area, we don't have to trade. There is no compulsion. There is no person putting a gun on our head and asking us to trade. It's our money, so it is better to protect it properly. So that's it, guys. If you've liked this video, do give a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button and put in your comments so that I know if there is anything needs to be told, or if you really like it, or if there is any questions, you can be free and post it in the comment box. You have a great day, and bye bye. Take care.